因为装病他是坐在床上面的刘伟他站着的，依次绘制了一组车和立体的。
对，够了。够。It's very small to me. It doesn't look very big. It's deceptive, isn't it? Look at take a look at those cranes on top.
对面的这个白色层尖锐虎棘状的，就是大家今天船只所通过的船闸。现在长江有它熟悉指出的船是通过09年通过的，就是我们万东西的船队，它是过我们坝的原理，与大家今天所体验到的九州坝船来过坝的原理一样的一级一节光5节，非常像爬楼梯一样的，就是三甲工程的3大准分。等我们对面的这个3期工程完工之后我们这个坝。
Wednesday, 12th of April, it's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, sister. My sister Karen, and missing all my family back in England. So it's been 6 or 7 months I've been on the road now on this famous trip to the east. Missing friends and family back home. It's now a trip to the north really, going up through China towards Beijing. And we're been cruising up on the Yangtze River here. It's the second day of our cruise. So we've come up to, went up to Yichang, as you saw, it's my bag falling down, and headed on up the river from there. Got to the Three Gorges Dam project yesterday, which you saw in the video. The boat went up through the locks, 5 lock gates up to the river above the Three Gorges project, and our little bus went on a tour around the dam as you saw, and rejoined the boat after a long wait. Huge dam, it's the biggest in the world. Forget all the statistics, but it'll generate enough equivalent to 18 nuclear power stations, 2.3 kilometers long, 180 meters high, about 120 meters height of water, so huge amount of construction that's gone on there. Displaced 2 million people, so there's obviously downsides to anything like that. The upsides, the Chinese will tell you, is 1 million people were killed by floods from the Yangtze in past decades, so it will bring in flood control, so hopefully that won't happen again, and it will enable navigation to the upper reaches of the river, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing, because the upper reaches is where you find the 3 gorges, these beautiful gorges we hope to see later, and it's going to flood those gorges, enabling this navigation. We're going to see those before they disappear, I hope. I mean, to me it's looking like the river level's already high. Looking at all these new structures like the bridge behind me and this new town, looks like they're already built above the new expected waterline. So it may be actually too late to see the gorges properly anyway, we'll see. Been on this boat, it's our second day now, very comfortable cabin. Not cheap, China isn't cheap. If you're looking for budget travel in exotic destinations, China is maybe not the place for you. It's quite expensive here, virgin prices, sometimes above for certain things. I mean, just to come out onto this deck cost 30 yuan on top of the boat trip, which seems a bit crazy. You pay to go on a boat and they have to pay extra for that. And there's little extras all the time. Yesterday, Three Gorges trip, it's 125 yuan extra. Another 10 quid, okay, 10 quid, but you know, kind of think that would be included. So not cheap. But I really wanted to see this. It's one of the highlights of my trip to China, is to see the Three Gorges. Cruising up the Yangtze, I mean that's something, isn't it? 3 days cruising up the Yangtze, one of the great rivers of the world. The weather's been very wet and misty. Could barely see the dam yesterday, but you know, I was glad to have a look and see what I could. It's just starting to spit the rain again now actually. So the weather's not great, but at least the visibility today is clear. It was very misty yesterday, but it's nice and clear today. I don't know the name of this town. China's full of big towns one has never heard of. This is another one, the big suspension bridge linking the two sides of the Yangtze. I mean, every town or city in China seems to be at least 1 million, often 4 million, and you know, they're just there and you don't know what they do and you don't know what they're famous for. There's lots of these coal barges going up and down the river. Generally they seem to be going down the river, so I guess I'm not sure which way's up and which way's down, but since that's going to the left, that must be downriver. And I think we're in some kind of inlet here, moored up, whilst folks from the boat make a trip for 150 yuan extra, which I thought I'd miss out on, stay in bed a bit longer. It's currently about 9 in the morning now. And then this is the back of the boat, and that's upriver. I just discovered the name of this river town. It's written on the name on the side of this on the bridge. It's Badong, which maybe you can read there. Bit of shaky camera. So it's Badong, where we've stopped. There's the coal barge taking the coal down to feed the belching chimneys of Chinese industry. So you see lots of those on the river, these coal barges, taking it from the coal fields down to the industry of the coastal areas.